today is a very great day in that we are commissioning a very important laboratory in this country with very important equipment that will help us carry out research in terms of fish genetics. It will help us build capacity by training students, contribute towards food security.
Purposely, this research center is going to assist researchers in coming up with solutions that the fish industry faces. And we know that we'll be able to go a long way in promoting this sector in this country.
You realize food security is a big issue in this country, and because of that, as a pioneering fisheries and aquatic science department, we established an hatchery to produce fish fingerlings which can be used in aquaculture in the whole country. Production of fingerlings is not an easy job. There's a lot of science that goes in it. One of them is it the right breed? Is it a pure breed? How fast is it going to grow so that it can mature quickly to reduce the cost of the farmer? Another thing also is that the fish that we rear in our fish farms requires that that fish must be only males, because males will not consume other energy and resources in reproduction and other things.
We need to train our students using the technology that we already have instead of just using them in the classroom, and they also can be able to see what exactly we talk about in the classroom. This particular section is where we are doing extraction of the DNA. Once we are able to extract that particular DNA, we'll be able to check the quality of that particular DNA using the equipment that's already in this particular facility. And once we have checked that particular DNA, we will be able to generate several copies of that DNA. Once we have generated separate, it will be able to tell us the particular information that makes this particular species of fish thrive in this particular ecosystem and why this other particular species of fish lacks that particular DNA. Once we capture that information, we use that particular information to breed new products using normal conventional method and be able with an objective in mind to improve fish, plants and animals for the betterment of mankind.
Researches has been going on at this university on how do we get quality seeds for catfish and also for tilapia. And that is why it was critical to have this kind of a facility, because most of our fish farmers are losing because they get fingerlings from the wild. And those ones from the wild, some of them are stunted, they will grow, and sometimes they start breeding. And when they start breeding, they multiply and the production will be very low.
Our lab is more improved with the current equipment that we have. We have enough PCR machines that will enable us not to travel far like we have done before. Most of the researchers here have done research from ILRI or other universities. But now we are here at our university, we are able to do research and get the output, because from the PCR machines that we have, we are able to give data to the stakeholders on the kind of outputs that we have here.
In the Department of Fisheries and in this university, we do a lot in terms of the quality of our rivers and our water systems. This requires that we need to know what has happened to these organisms to be able to monitor pollution. So this one we do things with the macroinvertebrates, with fish, plants, and even with the soils that we find within the lakes and the rivers. So all these kind of things can be analyzed, including even pollutants like heavy metals can now be analyzed in this lab, and that will help us to know what is the problem with our aquatic ecosystems, because without water there is no food.
For us to make this to be an international laboratory, we still need to be facilitated further, and my team will soon be writing a proposal to you requesting for more equipment. We have international students who are undertaking their studies in fisheries and aquatics, and I'm sure this genomic laboratory is going to assist them complete their studies very fast. To the local farmer, we say they are most welcome to bring us their samples. We test for them, to share with us the difficulties or the diseases they are observing on their farms. We study with them and advise them accordingly.
We have our development policy, that is the Vision 2030, and Blue Economy is one of the flagship projects, and therefore the support to this University of Eldoret to establish genetics and genomic research laboratory was basically to create an environment for our researchers so that they could find it ideal to contribute positively in improving or supporting the fish industry.
We are very grateful to the National Research Foundation for providing us with the funds required to put up such a facility, and we are inviting all the stakeholders to come and we work together in order to improve on the production of fish and other crops in this country.